welcome to this week's edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Hallie Kilberg
and Miranda Peters.
This week, we'll be informing you on Fire Prevention Week,
sharing details about our very successful Fill the Cart campaign,
answering your questions in You Ask, We Answer,
giving you all the sports and updates,
and interviewing our very own Athlete of the Week, Tori Mickle.
Today is also a very special day because it's Mr. Kaiser's birthday.
Because Mr. Kaiser writes a personal birthday card to each Marquette K-12 student on his or her birthday, we thought the least we could do to commemorate his big day was by sharing a joke. Take it away, Miranda.
Okay, this one's for you, Mr. Kaiser. The patient said to the doctor, "Doctor, I get heartburn every time I eat birthday cake."
Oh, how troubling. What did the doctor say, Miranda?
The doctor replied, "Next time, sir, take the candles off the cake before you eat the cake."
We hope you enjoy the joke, Mr. Kaiser, and we hope you have a great birthday.
Well, listeners, not only is this Mr. Kaiser's big day, but some other very interesting events occurred on this day in history. For example, Henry Ford introduced his Model T car on this date in 1908. The cost? About $825.
In 1942, the popular Little Golden Book series began being published, and Barbra Streisand signed her first recording contract on this date in 1962.
Also on this date in 1962, Johnny Carson hosted his first Tonight Show and The Lucy Show premiered, all of which made, as they say in showbiz, lots of bread.
Speaking of bread, to raise money for the Bellevue Breadbasket, Marquette recently conducted a unique fundraiser.
Here to tell us about the Fill the Cart campaign is Katherine Heimbuck.
Last week, 3 shopping carts were parked throughout the school. Is there a super Target within the school, you ask? No, there's not. Although that would be very handy. The carts were placed throughout the school for the Marquette Student Council-sponsored Fill the Cart campaign. The Fill the Cart campaign was exactly that, students filling a cart. Students were encouraged to bring in packaged items such as canned food, laundry detergent, toilet paper, paper towels, and more, with the hopes of filling 3 shopping carts in 3 days. Students from grades K through 12 participated in last week's Fill the Cart campaign, filling the shopping carts quickly. Who benefits from this campaign, you ask? All donations went to the Bellevue Breadbasket, helping families within our own community. As a bonus for filling the shopping carts, the whole Marquette Catholic School had a very happy out of dress code day on Monday, September 26th. Throughout the year, Marquette has many food, clothes, and blood drives. For example, Marquette will be hosting a blood drive in the middle of October. As I end this segment, I would like to thank all the staff and students for contributing toward the Fill the Cart campaign. And I cannot express how proud I am of my school for their continued generosity. From Marquette in Motion, this has been Katherine Heimbuck. Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. We have Spencer Haxmeyer here to answer your pressing questions with this week's edition of You Ask, We Answer. His first question reads, I noticed the most recent plays and musicals are not framed and featured in the area right outside the MEC. Does the school plan on including these most recent shows?
Yes, we do plan on featuring last year's and this year's shows, and they should be up by the fall play.
Our next question asks, which teacher has been at Marquette the longest?
The teacher that has been teaching at Marquette the longest is Mrs. Rubel, our second grade teacher. Mrs. Rubel is in her 42nd year of teaching. Mrs. Feller is a close second, teaching at Marquette for 40 years.
And finally today, Spencer, people are wondering, what's the sign for on the northeast corner by Marquette?
The new sign shows the amount of money we have raised so far for Phase 3, which at the time of recording happens to be a total of over $2.6 million. Construction for Phase 3 is scheduled to begin in approximately a month. You can stay informed about all the developments by looking on our website. While you are online, remember to keep sending me questions at marquetteinmotion@marquettecatholic.com. From Marquette in Motion, this has been Spencer Haxmeyer.
Thanks, Spencer. Up next, we have Justina Denlinger informing you on Fire Prevention Week and its corresponding activities. Take it away, Justina.
This week, our community will observe Fire Prevention Week. Fire Prevention Week was established in the 1920s to commemorate the Great Chicago Fire. In honor of Fire Prevention Week on Wednesday, October 5th, the Bellevue Fire Department will be conducting classroom training as well as providing tours of the fire station for elementary students from both Bellevue and Marquette Catholic. In addition, grades 3rd through 5th on October 7th from both schools will be going through the safety house simulating what one would need to do in the event of a real house fire. On Wednesday evening at 6:30, the Bellevue Fire Department will also be conducting the Great Escape. This program is a great way for families to practice their fire safety and to test their fire escape plans. So, when the siren goes off at 6:30 that evening, put your plans into motion. And go to your meeting place. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Justina Denlinger. Our meeting place will be right here after these words from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here with all of the latest Marquette sports updates are Sam Peters and Jonathan Herrig.
Thanks, Allie. The Marquette cross-country teams opened their week on Monday at the North Cedar Invitational in Loudon. Both teams ran well, with the boys placing third and the girls' team taking home a first-place finish. The top 20 finishers for the boys were Sam Peters in 8th and Will Drawson 12th. Our very own Hallie Kilberg won the meet, with Annika Frank placing 3rd and Ashley Coos placing 13th. The teams also had a big meet Thursday at Epworth. The girls, up against many tough schools, placed 9th, with Hallie Kilberg leading the girls' team with an 11th place finish.
Thanks, Sam. It sounds like cross country has had a very long and exciting week. In other sports, Marquette's 3 volleyball teams played at home against Bellevue Public this past Tuesday. Unfortunately, Marquette's teams were unable to come out with a win against Bellevue in some very close games, with varsity losing in 3 very close sets. And while our runners were at West Dubuque this past Thursday, the JV and varsity volleyball teams traveled to play Prince of Peace. Both the JV and varsity were able to leave the week on a good note by beating Prince of Peace in 3 sets.
Thanks, guys. Up next is Kelsey Gerlach and Brooklyn Moore interviewing the Telegraph-Herald's recent Athlete of the Week, our very own Tori Mickle.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brooklyn Moore.
And I'm Kelsey Gerlach.
And today we'll be interviewing Tori Mickle, the Telegraph-Herald's Athlete of the Week.
So, Tori, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
My real name is Victoria, and I am 15 years young, and I have 1 younger brother.
Okay. When did you first start swimming?
I first started swimming when I was 7 years old, just about 8.
Okay, so what events did you participate in?
I participate when there's a big meet in the 200 IM, the 100 backstroke, the 200 medley relay, and the 400 freestyle relay, but I have also competed in the 100 fly and the 200 freestyle relay.
So, with competing in that many events, what is your practice and meet schedule like?
Well, my week is pretty full. I practice or have a meet every night. Usually we have meets on Tuesdays or Thursdays, so we have a meet once a week, and then twice a week because we have ones on Saturdays. And then I usually practice in the morning before school once or twice a week, and I lift 3 days out of the week.
So, as of right now, what's your ranking in the state?
Right now, in the 100-yard backstroke, I'm currently ranked 6th, and the 200 I am 12th or 13th.
So, how do you feel about that ranking?
I can't say I'm absolutely happy with my 100 backstroke, but it's still really nice seeing that I'm ranked 6th my first year out and just starting since no one's been tapered or we're not at state yet, so.
So, with all those amazing things, what other goals are you working towards right now?
I am working towards getting top 5 in the state at state.
Impressive. So, what's your greatest accomplishment in the pool so far?
My greatest accomplishment in the pool so far is when I was 12, I broke 3 state records. And when I was 12, I also competed in Central Zones, which is 11 of the states are at one meet, and I got 2nd overall for 11 and 12-year-old girls.
So, with all those amazing things, another title that will be added is Telegraph-Herald's Athlete of the Week. How do you feel about receiving that?
I think it's pretty cool that I was able to come out here in my first 4 weeks of my athletic career at Marquette Catholic and was able to receive Telegraph-Herald Athlete of the Week. and it was pretty cool. I was not expecting to receive it as a freshman, but
Yeah, that's good. Well, so you do all the swimming. What's your favorite part about it?
my favorite part about swimming is probably the team. I love team sports, and it just, like, being in a relay or with anything with team just kind of gets the blood flowing, right? And,
Oh, that's good. Well, I think Kelsey has one last question for you.
So I know you're always thinking about the Olympics. So what Olympic swimmer do you think you look up to the most?
I probably look up to Michael Phelps the most because he was able to perform really well, and then he kind of spiraled down. I don't want to spiral down like him, but and he was able to bring himself back and put on the performance he did at Rio, and it's just really inspirational to see how you can overcome the darkest of things.
Well, that concludes our interview. Thanks for letting us interview you, Tori. And for Marquette in Motion, this has been Brooklyn Moore
And Kelsey Gerlach?
with Tell Us More.
But
Thanks for reporting, everyone.
And thank you for tuning in. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Miranda Peters.
And Hallie Kilberg. And remember, stay informed, stay involved, stay
In motion!